Good day, everybody. So I will be talking about the first part of digital marketing today, SEO, search engine optimization. So when I first got assigned with this subtopic, I was frustrated, right? Because this sounds mechanic, this sounds boring and useless. But as I was doing research and surfing through the net, I found out that it's actually pretty interesting and it could be useful to you and your business. So I hope that I can rub off some of my interest to you and that you can find SEO useful just like I did, right, during my research. So let's get started. First of all, my part will consist of three major questions. What is SEO? Why do we need SEO? Why does it matter? And how you can improve SEO. Okay, so let's get started. What is SEO? Right? So I want you all to imagine yourself as librarians. But not librarians of one or two libraries, but you are the librarian of the world, right? You own all the books in the world, and everyone who wants to read any sort of book, they have to come to you. And it's your job to find a suitable book with the suitable content to satisfy their needs and answer all their questions, right? So with that in mind, if that sounds familiar to you, that's because you have been doing it all the time as a customer, right? You have been going through the internet to find information all the time. So Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com, those guys are the librarian of the internet, right? They answer your questions just like a librarian would. And librarians are the best metaphor for search engines. They are the librarians of the internet, where you go to look for information. Okay, so how does they do that? Well, all search engines or librarians have a mechanic, a calculation, or whatever is too complicated and difficult for both you and me to understand. But we need to understand the concept, right? Those are called algorithms. Algorithms are mechanics in which you input keywords and then it will turn out to be results. What are you looking for, right? So why am I mentioning this? Because the process of enhancing your keyword so that your website can enter algorithm easier, the customer can find your website easier, that process is called search engine optimization, right? And we will get back to algorithm later. So don't be afraid if you don't understand it at the moment, right? So then, now that you know what SEO is, why does it matter? Why would we need it nowadays? Well, I have an example here for you, right? Actually, my cutscene could contain all the screen, so it's just the major part of the page, right? As you can see here, I searched Chinese food in Ho Chi Minh City, right? I was so hungry last night, so I ordered some steamed bun from San Fulo. That's why I have the example. And as you can see, this is what most people would see, right? A main page with over 12,500,000 results. And you know, the search result on the first page. What most people wouldn't know and wouldn't see is that 94% of people who search the internet stop at the first page. 94% of people wouldn't look on the second, third, fourth, fifth page, but they would just go back up and search their keywords and start all over if they couldn't find what they needed on the first page. And of those 94%, 61.4% people stop at the sixth results, right? That means from result 1 to 6, 60.1% stop at that. That's what Google called the golden triangle of search. That's mean, 1 to 6, they call it the golden triangle. So what does it mean though? This means that if your website is not on the top 6 or not on the first page, then your website is most likely not existent, because 94% people will stop at that, right? And for digital marketing, you need to digitalize your marketing ways. You no longer spread flyers, you don't reflect brochure, you don't post there any way you don't do that. You have to digitalize your content on the internet. So if your web page is not searchable or reachable by customers, then it's done. Your digital marketing process stops there. Okay? And guys, it's not just normal random customer. You go outside, you spread the flyers. That's random people. You spread them to random people. But here, on the internet, on search engine, people are looking for exactly what you are offering. In my company, we would call that potential customers, right? Like in my Chinese food example, I need Chinese food. That's why I search for Chinese food, right? So you're missing out potential customer if you're not doing SEO right. Now that you know how important SEO is and why does it matter to your company, you're gonna ask me that how can I improve SEO? How can I improve this process? Well, actually on my slide here, you can see we have to go through 5 criteria and facts that can affect it. But I actually grouped them into 3 groups for you to understand it clearer and shorten the process. Let's get started. First, we have keywords and titles. Well, let's go back to my example earlier with Chinese food. As you can see, the top 3 results all belong to TripAdvisor because they have the most relevant keywords, and the amount of keywords they have outnumber the amount of keywords that the other websites have. That's why they're on the top 3. More keywords would let search engine find your website better, right? And titles matter. Well, most people wouldn't see your web page title. Google.com is not the title. Its title is hidden in a series of code, but it's still relevant, right? So search engine would go through that code and find the title that's relevant to your search. Just like a librarian would have to find a cover page of a book that's relevant to what you're looking for, right? So with that in mind, title and keywords matter. But it doesn't stop there. In 1996, 2 Stanford PhD students, while doing their thesis and report, just like what we students will have to do in the next few months, they realized that a material or document with a lot of keywords doesn't necessarily mean they are relevant or trustworthy. But a document material that got recommended by other sources are definitely relevant and trustworthy. The same thing when you go to the cinema, right? Well, a movie with everything you wanted, action scene, Tom Cruise, and beautiful female characters, might not be good. But a movie that got recommended by all your friends, critics, reviewers, that's ought to be good. So with that in mind, as you can see, I have the pictures here. And you can see that both of their positions are co-founders. Guess what did they found it? Well, they found Google. These 2 Stanford PhD students founded Google, and they integrated that idea into search engine, setting a foundation for first search engine ever since 1996. So we have the next group of criteria that affect your search results. It's backlinks and word in links. Backlinks are the amount of links that other websites and sources recommend or cite your page. The same thing you would do when you do a thesis, an essay, and you got reference slide and page with citation link back to the main website. The amount of backlinks matters. Also word in links. And we have an example, we all have seen something like this before, where a word or a statement or sentence is have a link on it. In this case, how to check your word, check whether you have integrated your words or not, etc. So that whenever you search these words, it will link back to the website. Another example would be Amazon sells books, and they would link the word books to Amazon.com, so that whenever you search books, Amazon.com will pop up. So please don't mess up these two concepts, these two definitions, right? Word in links and backlinks are totally different. Now, the last part that you have to consider will be reputation. Reputation is actually sum up of the previous two criteria, right? So keywords and titles are what you would call on-site development. You develop things that are on your site. And keywords and titles let search engines see your website, know that your website is out there. Whereas backlinks and word in links increase your website trustworthy and make sure that search engines trust you. Before I end my part, I would like to note out that lots of people out there are spamming links to link back with their website. This might work in the past, but now no longer, because most search engines can filter out trash pages and links, right? So you have to make sure that your links are put on the right website and qualified links to not be considered as trash and not be filtered out. And that is the end of SEO, my part. My group mates will show you the following parts of digital marketing. Thank you for listening.